Can you believe it? We are 17 days now until the election, and Donald Trump says that while the polls may not be in his favor, the odds are. He says, just look at what happened in the UK a few months ago.
The level of excitement and the people coming out, I think we're going to have beyond Brexit. I think we'll go beyond Brexit. You know about Brexit. I think we're going to have that.
And he's got a reason to say that. It turns out a major British bookmaker is seeing a surge of bets for a Trump victory, just like they did before Brexit. So here to explain the comparison is Graham Sharp. He's the spokesperson from Bookmaker. His name is William Hill. So, Graham, help us out here. How is this similar to what we saw in Brexit? Everybody here in America is wondering. We're seeing polls. They're trending in a certain direction. What is this comparison?
Yes, we had the polls telling us that that Brexit wasn't going to happen and that the Remain vote would be overwhelmingly in favour and would win the day. And the betting odds slightly reflected that. This far out, as we are now from the polling day in the US election, this far out on the Brexit vote, we were looking at odds of 2 to 9. That was about an 82% chance that it would be Remain, and odds of 3 to 1 against that it would be Leave. However, if you analyse the way the betting had been going, it told a different story. 75% of the actual betting money was for Remain, but some 70% of the actual bets themselves, individual bets, were for Leave. Now, of course, whether you'd had £100,000 on Remain, as one of our clients had, or £1 on Leave, as another had, those two people only had one vote each. So the more significant of the two factors was the number of individual bets. And now we're seeing much the same phenomenon in our betting on the US election. At the moment, we are 1 to 6 for a Clinton win and 4 to 1 against, which is only a 20% chance for Donald Trump.
Yes,
Having said that, again, we're seeing overwhelmingly the individual big bets are for Hillary, but the vast majority of the smaller individual wagers are for Trump. And you were just mentioning before the break the phenomenon whereby some people, although they know they're going to vote for Trump, are not prepared to say that in public. We saw exactly that in terms of people who supported Brexit said, but I'm not going to tell anybody because I don't want to get into a row. So the parallels are there. It doesn't necessarily mean that the same thing will happen. And indeed, we've got some clients who've had massive bets on Hillary Clinton. Somebody had 550,000 euros, which equates at about £500,000 only last week.
Right, Graham. So I remember covering the story for Fox overnight, and we thought it was going to be a slow night. And all of a sudden, you know, Brexit wins, and I think everyone was sort of shocked by that. And then David Cameron, of course, steps down. But we showed the percentage earlier. 70% from your polling predicted this to happen. 65 are now predicting Donald Trump. But here we're listening to the media, we're listening to the polls. How surprised were you when this happened over in the UK?
Personally, I wasn't over surprised. A lot of people were, and the media was taken completely by surprise. We were betting overnight, all night long, and it was about 5 to 2 in the morning that all of a sudden Brexit became the favourite. And from that point on, it just it snowballed. And all those people who'd gone to bed convinced that they knew what the result was going to be had to revise their opinion when they woke up the next morning.
Woke up with a different story.
Yeah, indeed. Well, Graham Sharp, thank you very much for enlightening the whole Brexit conversation. We'll be tracking those bets in real time.
Thank you, Graham.